And welcome back to the show. Sergeant Aloy, Santa Rosa County Sheriff's Office. With me, my co-host, Chief Shane Tucker. How are you, sir?
Doing well. Once again, we are here. Good to see you again today, Rich.
Absolutely. So we have a lot of things to talk about in this show. Let's start with our hot topics. You know, and this is something, if I were to go back about 10 years, I never would have believed it. But we have a serious problem with catalytic converter thefts. And we have a video that we'd like to show you on that. And really it deals with the crime of stealing a part of a car and then you recycle it, and there's, I guess, some valuable metals in it. And we've had several arrests that we've conducted here. Our property crimes detectives have done an outstanding job in closing some of these cases, but it just seems to be coming, and this has been happening for a few years. And before we show you the video, though, we do want to talk about some things on how to prevent a catalytic converter theft. Again, unusual. We're not used to this, but things such as park in your garage if possible, park in a well-lit area, an area that has security cameras. And Chief, this is something that I just learned, is that there are now on the market catalytic converter security devices.
Really?
Who would have thunk it? But this is apparently a cage that you can have welded over your catalytic converter, and it protects your catalytic converter from theft. How good it is, I don't know. I haven't seen one, but they're out there on the market and they are available. So we wanted to show you this video. This is an actual person that we're currently working on, and if you can identify or you know this individual, I know it's not a great video, just contact Santa Rosa County Crime Stoppers 437-STOP, and let's check out this video. So if anyone can identify that individual, again, we understand it's a tough video, but he is carrying a Sawzall, and you see the catalytic converter in his hand. Contact Santa Rosa County Crime Stoppers 437-STOP. We'd love to get some information on this individual, have him put in jail, and your information can lead to, if it leads to the arrest, we could have up to $3,000 available for you through Crime Stoppers. So if you know him, give us a call.
It really would be nice if we could put an end to these thefts. You know, for the better part of a year, if not more, we've been dealing with this, and it is such a hassle for folks to get up in the morning to go to their car, and now they can't drive their car because the catalytic converter is missing. Evidently, there's a lot of folks out there doing this. It's not just one or two people, but we take these thefts. It seems like we take multiple thefts of catalytic converters a day. So if there's anything you can do to help us stop this, we would greatly appreciate it.
Absolutely. And speaking of Crime Stoppers, here's something new. I think that's pretty exciting in a law enforcement community. Did you know that you can now reach Crime Stoppers by just hitting * tips on your cell phone, just like FHP and all those others? So it is * tips on your cell phone. And you know, the neat thing about this new technology is no matter where you are in the state of Florida and some other states, everyone's pretty much catching up on this new technology. You will be routed to your local Crime Stopper organization simply based upon the location of which you're calling in. So that's pretty cool. Again, * tips, so you can contact Crime Stoppers that way. I think now that's 4 ways to get a hold of Crime Stoppers, which is also pretty cool. You could use the app, P3 app. You could use 437-STOP here locally, or srccs.com, and money in your pocket.
* tip.
* tips. What else? Hey, National Crime Prevention Month. That's exciting for us because we love preventing crimes. So we got a bunch of tips. These are really cool tips. We didn't want to get things you always hear, but unfortunately the first one on the list is one you always hear, and that is lock your cars. You know, that still remains our #1 crime in Santa Rosa County is vehicle burglaries. And you know, when those numbers are 95% are to unlock cars, please lock your car. Be one of those that makes it into a habit. Along those routes, lock your home. You know, on occasion we'll see some some burglaries to residences where they're unlocked and people just simply walk in. We all moved to Santa Rosa County or have lived here all of our lives, and it's a great community to live in. But again, there's people coming in that aren't exactly.
And you know, as it relates to the locking of your vehicles in your homes, a large percentage of burglars are going to take the path of least resistance. You know, time and again, our investigators, they review video footage of burglars going through neighborhoods, checking doors, and when they find a car door lock, they move on to another car. 95%, if not more, are going to bypass a locked vehicle or a locked home. So you significantly reduce your risk of being the victim of a burglary and theft simply by locking your doors. Bottom line is, if it has a lock on it, you need to use it when you're not in there, and that can save you some heartache.
Mm-hmm. Great point. Also, scams. Scams is for the National Crime Prevention Month. That's an issue that we were constantly dealing with, and I had 2 this morning on my cell phone. I had one at my desk in my office where a scammer said he wanted to tell me that the IRS has a warrant for me. Unbelievable. But again, with scams, they're out there. It's constantly happening. Chief, I know you get these phone calls
all the time.
So when you have a scam, there's some information you want to report. Generally, these are outside of Santa Rosa County. You need to go to ftc.gov. The Federal Trade Commission has a huge expanse, vast of information available to you. And also they have a database that they keep this information. And they do investigate them. We recently had a conversation with a member of the Federal Trade Commission that said they do investigate these. They do close these cases. Although it seems like every time you close one, there's probably 4 or 5 more that take their place. So hey, let's take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with more crime prevention tips for you.
Have you ever laid in bed and wonder what your future is going to be like? I do, and I often wonder what it's like to be a deputy. How would I look in a uniform? What's on that belt? What's the car look like inside? Who would I work with? What's it like to help others in need? What's it like to fight crime? One day, I'm gonna know.
It's a dream come true to become a deputy for Santa Rosa County. It was one of my goals I had in life, try and become a deputy before age 30, and I did it. I always wanted a brother. Now I have a ton of brothers. You know, we're always having each other's backs. And that's that kind of close-knit family that you just can't get in any other kind of job. I'm patrolling Paradise. I work where people come to vacation, and that's amazing.
And welcome back. Let's continue with some crime prevention tips during Crime Prevention Month. So we had, one of the things we want to also mention is we have the ability to have text to 911. I get questions like, well, why would you need that? Well, what if you're in a situation where you can't talk, or you can't get on the phone? Mm-hmm. I think that's critical.
Sometimes you may need police help, and you may have to be quiet. You know, if you're hiding from somebody breaks into your home or comes through your unlocked front door and you're hiding in the closet, you may not be able to talk, but you can communicate with 911 dispatchers and relay any message that you have and any need that you have without using your voice. So that's really a tremendous aid in getting you assistance.
Mm-hmm. It's not just for law enforcement. The entire county has it. That's for emergency services, EMS, fire, all those other reasons. Along that route, we also have an app that we use here at the Sheriff's Office. It's called Safer Watch. And that's all one word. You can download that app, and it's another way to communicate with the Sheriff's Office. We've received tips through there, such as a suspicious person in a neighborhood where you've taken a picture, a video, you could send it directly to the Sheriff's Office, and it's a two-way communication. So, for example, if there's a large accident in our county, we're trying to divert people from that area. If you have the application, we send an alert to you and to tell you to avoid these areas during travel, or if there's some kind of an accident or another emergency, we could communicate to you as well. Another crime prevention tip is home safety. So there are applications out there, and these are really neat. I've used some of these through the years. Home inventory applications in the event of a theft or also a hurricane. They're very user-friendly. It doesn't require a lot of of knowledge on how to use these apps. They're very picture orientated, and it's great because, for example, the one that I recently used, it walks you through your entire house, where you take a picture of the item, you could scan a receipt and write down the serial number of it, and in the event of a theft, you have that information available to us. It's great for your insurance company. It's also great during a hurricane. So if something happens, God forbid, and you need to account for the items in your home, you could use this as a resource, and you could print them out on a PDF, put that on a chip, stick it in your safe. You got all your information from all your stuff.
Handy.
When was the last time you inspected your windows and make sure they're locked?
I have to say it's been not this year.
Well, you need to. That's one of those things we take for granted. We assume they're always locked. Today, go check your windows and see if they're all locked. Take a look at it. And it's something you should look, kind of like changing the battery on your smoke detector. Get into the habit of it, check it, and make sure they're locked. Firearms and vehicles. That is not a great place to store your gun, especially if you're going to leave your car unlocked. Make sure you leave your firearm secured at all times, especially in your home and not in your vehicle. Trust your instincts. Chief, what do you think about that? I mean, I think that's huge.
I think that is, and I think that most human beings, we have a natural instinct that tells us when something's not right. And if a situation or a person just doesn't quite feel right, it's better to not trust your instincts. A good example I give people, if you open an elevator door and there's something that just doesn't feel right, take the next elevator. Our instincts, while they're not perfect, generally there's a good reason. If a situation doesn't feel right, there's generally a good reason for that.
Good point. Also, Neighborhood Watch. We have virtual virtual Neighborhood Watch programs. There you go. Great timing. Join a Nextdoor app or your Neighborhood Watch app and download these. You can talk with people in your community. They're already set up, which is great. So Nextdoor is, if you want to submit different videos, and Neighborhood Watch programs such as Nextdoor are great. They're up and coming. Also Neighbors by Ring, which is another great application. So take a look at these. If you go on our website under crime prevention, you'll see there's a whole assortment of different applications that are out there, and get involved. The days of the old brick and mortar type of meetings that Neighborhood Watch programs used to have, really that's gone by the wayside, especially now that there's a lot of things you can do electronically. Hey, close your garage doors at night. That's a huge one. Our patrol folks are telling us we're seeing that on occasion where they're doing their patrols late, and 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, drive through a neighborhood, you see a garage door open. That's generally a bad thing. So please make sure you lock your doors at night. And along that route also is try not to keep your garage door opener in your car, because if you don't lock your car, well, you can get into your garage.
And now they have access to your home as well. So
absolutely,
good point.
That's scary. Here's a good one that I read just yesterday, is hide or destroy boxes of expensive purchases when you're throwing them away. I thought that was brilliant.
Well, it makes sense. If somebody's cruising through a neighborhood looking for a house to break into, and they see the cardboard box of a brand new 72-inch television sitting at your recycling container, they know you've got a brand new 72-inch television. So break those down so people can't look at your garbage and tell what kind of items you have in the home. So that's a good idea that I probably wouldn't have thought of.
Mm-hmm. Especially when you get an expensive guitar or drum set or something like that.
And if that ever happens, I'll destroy the box.
Next up, so we have, this is really neat. We have a home patrol request form that you can fill out. These are great. This is something Sheriff Johnson's real adamant about and continues with this program. So if you, let's say, for example, you leave and you go on vacation for a week, or you get deployed and you're in the military, you're going to be gone for a while, visit your local district office, and you could fill out a home patrol request, and our deputies will come out to your home and check it. It's great for overnight time and overnight hours. Of course, we urge you to leave some lights on, a car in the driveway, so forth and so on, but it is something that is allowed by the Santa Rosa County Sheriff's Office for our citizens. It is free, and take advantage of that if you're going to leave and you're going to be out of town for a bit on vacation, and we'll watch over your house for you.
It's easy to do, and it gives you that peace of mind. Just recently my parents went out of town, and they filled out a request and had deputies come by a few times during the day and check on their house, and it made their trip more enjoyable because they weren't worried as much about their home. So
It's great.
good program.
The other one is, and I see this a lot. Do not shop and leave your purse in a shopping cart.
I can honestly say I never have.
You never left your purse in a shopping cart?
Never.
Okay. Well, I've seen people do that, and as much as it kills me, sometimes I'll step. I'll be shopping at Walmart or something. I'll see, and I'll walk up to somebody and say, "Look, I work for the sheriff's office. Watch your purse. Don't leave it open. You got your stuff sitting out there, your cell phone, his wallets, and all." And I'll say, "Please, be careful." But I'm glad that you don't do that, Chief.
People will take your stuff.
They will. Tree trimming and shrubs, eliminate some of them, cut them back, and especially if they're going to be in front of your house in an area where it's by a window, cut them back and make it harder for thieves to be able to get into your home. And also engrave your valuable items. That's something that a lot of folks don't know. You can go on Amazon, and for under $20 you can get a home engraver, a little pen-looking thing, and it's really loud. And you can engrave all your items and put your name on them. It's a great way to stop people from being thieves. I do that to my drills, especially some of the more expensive items that you have in your garage, because maybe my brother will come and try to steal my drill, and I know it's mine. So, great thing. We got to go to another commercial. We are going to set off the next segment with our wanted fugitive. So stick around. We'll be right back.
Okay, sir, this is the citation for speed. However, I did give you your break, but you need to do me a favor, slow on down, just because of the fact that, it is dangerous out here speeding right here. So do me a favor, slow down. Whoa! Slowing down. Whoa! Wow. That's the reason why you got to have a move-over law in effect to save somebody's life.
Hi, I'm Santa Rosa County Sheriff Bob Johnson, asking you to please remember to move over so all of us can come home safely.
From that first day when I started hearing stories about what law enforcement actually, entailed, I was hooked. I'm very involved with, being on the SWAT team. It's my niche, if you will. I take pride in what I do. And my wife grew up in Santa Rosa County. I have, 2 children, one on the way. I try to be the best husband and father I can be. Hopefully at the end of the day, make me a better cop as well.
I am Michael Ramirez, and I am proud to be a Santa Rosa County Deputy Sheriff.
And welcome back. We're going to go over our wanted fugitives. Can't pronounce that. Wanted by the Santa Rosa County Sheriff's Office, sponsored by our Santa Rosa County Crime Stoppers program. Chief, have at it.
Let's get started. First up, we have Jennifer Holly Campbell. Ms. Campbell is wanted for failure to appear for trafficking in heroin and amphetamines, as well as possession of controlled substance. She is a white female, 39 years of age, approximately 5 feet 6 inches tall and 200 pounds. She has brown hair and brown eyes.
Next up is Donald Christopher Dean, and Donald is wanted for larceny, grand theft. Donald is a white male, 46 years of age. He's about 5'11", 160 pounds. He has brown hair and blue eyes.
And next we have Melina Alvarez. Ms. Alvarez is wanted for an order revoking bond for fraud, swindling, or obtaining property under $20,000 and the fraudulent use of a credit card. She is a white female, 38 years of age, approximately 5 feet 2 inches tall and 165 pounds. She has black hair and brown eyes.
Next up, Kristen Nicole Landon. Kristen is wanted for drug possession of a controlled substance without a prescription and a violation of probation. Possession of a controlled substance, 2 counts. Paraphernalia, 2 counts. And Kristen is a white female, 31 years of age. She's about 5'2", 120 pounds. She has brown hair and brown eyes.
And next up, we have Amber Nicole Wheeler. Miss Wheeler is wanted on charges of felony larceny as well as petty theft. She is a white female, 38 years of age, 5 feet 7 inches tall, 180 pounds. She has red hair and green eyes.
And next up is Noah Ryder MacArthur. And Noah is wanted for a revoked bond, battery on officer, firefighter, EMT, resisting officer obstruction without violence. He is considered violent. Please be careful and don't approach. Very important.
And next up we have Millie Deanna Branch. Ms. Branch is wanted for an order revoking bond for possession of cocaine. She is a white female, 21 years of age, 5 feet 8 inches tall, 225 pounds, with brown hair and blue eyes.
Next up is Monique Casey. Monique?
I would think Monique.
Okay. And Monique is wanted for grand theft of a motor vehicle. Monique is a black female and is 40 years of age. She's about 5'11", 250 pounds, black hair, and brown eyes.
And next we have James DeWitt Morrow. Mr. Morrow is wanted for grand theft of a motor vehicle, as well as stalking, harassing, and cyber stalking another. He is a white male, 27 years of age, 5 feet 7 inches tall, 190 pounds, brown hair, and blue eyes.
And lastly is Donald Henry Cooper. Donald's wanted for trespassing on a posted construction site. Donald's a white male, 45 years of age, 6'1", 175 pounds, brown hair, hazel eyes. If you have any information reference to these individuals, they are wanted as of 10/21/21. Crime Stoppers, 437-STOP, star tips, and get up to $3,000 on that one. Okay, let's continue. Next up is Sheriff Johnson attended the Florida Crime Stoppers Conference out in Okaloosa County. That was awesome. The Florida Association of Crime Stoppers was out. We love Crime Stoppers. They do a great job. We want to recognize them and all the things they do for us. Next up, Lieutenant Phillips, 35 years with the Sheriff's Office. That is awesome.
That is. He's done a fantastic job. And, you know, the other day when the sheriff presented him with his service pin, it brought back a lot of memories. He was a sergeant of mine when I was a rookie deputy, and I told him, you know, he was my first favorite supervisor. He wasn't the first supervisor I ever had, but he was the first one that I ever identified as my favorite. He's just always been a real good cop and a real good supervisor. So we're sure proud of Scott Phillips and the job he's done.
Absolutely. Great guy. I can't say anything bad about him. He's always happy. Great guy. So congratulations. Next up, the Florida Sheriff's Youth Ranch Golf Tournament. I love these tournaments. They're a lot of fun. November 12th at Hidden Creek. We need some teams, and we're also looking for sponsors. So if you'd like to be a sponsor, who do we need to call?
They can call Tammy Peterson at 983-1100. Tell them you're interested in sponsoring or participating in the golf tournament, and Ms. Peterson can get you hooked up.
Next off, K9 grant. So we have a K9 grant that we're working really hard to get. If you go on our Facebook or Instagram, you'll be able to see it. It's called the K9 Aftermath Grant. It's for $5,000 for our K9 unit. I think they want to build something for the K9s. So we're competing against other agencies. So please go on there on the Aftermath K9 Grant. You can Google it. You'll see it. Also, it's all on our Facebook site, and we would love to get that $5,000 for some of our canines who do some amazing work for the citizens of Santa Rosa County and our canine handlers that are some of the best in the country. So go and vote. You can vote daily, so please give us a hand by doing that. Chief, this morning, did you know there was a cow on our front lawn?
Is that a euphemism or some kind of joke?
No,
No, I didn't know that.
There was a cow that was found roaming in Santa Rosa County, and we auctioned the cow off this morning. It's kind of an end to the story on our Facebook page. So the cow is finally at his forever home. It was auctioned. The cow is safe and doing well. And
Go to our Facebook page for more. It's a very moving story.
I see that. That was good. That was good. Other things, we have a new cancer awareness vehicle that you'll see around Santa Rosa County. That's very important to us because unfortunately we've had some members of our agency that have dealt with that in our community. So it's our way of giving back and bringing awareness to this horrible disease. And you'll see that car in Santa Rosa County. I think we have a picture of it we're going to show. And Chief, who's driving that car right now?
I believe it's one of our Navarre deputies, but I'm not sure which one. But you'll see it out and about.
Yeah, it's out there. Deputy Loha, who is in Navarre, the Navarre
That's
district. Great representation of our agency, and I'm sure she's enjoying that car. It's great looking. There's nothing else to say about it. We had a lot of great donations, some agencies, some companies that donated to get that car for us, and the car was purchased by us. It's our regular patrol vehicle, but all the graphics were donated to us, and it's a great thing. Golf carts, another big issue. Man, this is going to be a long one, but we'll try to summarize it real quickly. So golf carts in Santa Rosa County are only allowed in golf cart communities. We've had a lot of complaints, such as some parts of Gulf Breeze, Holly by the Sea, you cannot drive golf carts in that area. They are not golf cart approved. And we've also seen persons under the age of 14 driving golf carts within golf cart communities. So, want to make sure everyone's aware of what the laws are. Be aware if you live in a golf cart community or not.
How would you know?
Great question. You got me on that one. If you go to the Board of County Commissioners website, they actually have a listing on there, but you could also send us a private message on Facebook. I'll be able to get that to you. There is a listing of it. And I know Navarre Beach is one of them. Tiger Point is another. Tanglewood is another. And I don't know all the lists, but there is a list out there that has all that information on the BOCC website. Good question. Another vehicle is called a slow speed vehicle. Looks like a golf cart, but they're usually a little bit faster. Those things are only allowed on roads that are 35 miles an hour or less. And understand, if you're going to get one of these, a low-speed vehicle requires things like headlamps, bumpers, taillights, reflectors. You have to register them. It requires a tag. You have to have proof of insurance, so forth and so on. So if you have any questions on that, we'll put more information on our Facebook site. But we also, before we leave, we want to talk about school bus safety, folks. Please be careful when you see a school bus that is stopped. As it is a fair warning, we're going to have our traffic unit out looking for violators to those laws. So
And
please
violators will be getting tickets.
Absolutely. Once again, thank you for joining us, Chief. Thanks for helping me out today.
It's always a pleasure.
And we'll see you on our next show. You guys take care.